Hey all, I'm Aiden, and this is my review of 2022's Blackmouth by Ronald Malfi. I finished this book a couple days ago, and it took me about a week and a half to finish. It was a slow book, and it's pretty big, but overall, I enjoyed it. It is my sixth Malfi book I've read, and I'd say I have pretty positive feelings about the author in general, although two of his books I DNF'd because I just wasn't a fan of. And he's a like, but not like a strong like, but still a like. So I was actually looking forward to Blackmouth, especially because I heard comparisons to It by Stephen King. I don't remember if I heard if it was like a homage or if it's just similar, but I don't know. Mostly it's just similar, but maybe it is a homage in some ways because there's some stuff that's like directly from It, which I'll explain later, which is like too much of a coincidence. But it was not it though. I liked this book, but I did not love it. This book was honestly kind of a disappointment. But I don't know. The more I think about it though, the more I just low key like it. It was not a love, and it was a little bit of a disappointment just because of I don't know, high expectations. It sounded really cool when I looked it up, and of course, there's the it comparison, and I just like the idea of people meeting as kids and being best friends and coming back later as adults to face some terrible evil. But this book was just very, I guess, chill compared to something like Stephen King's It. I saw one reviewer describe it as light horror, and that's honestly a great description just to Malfi in general, I feel, like his books, because it's not as brutal as something like King's It, which I kind of wish it was at times. And I say light horror, but that is until 50% of this book when it introduces a character who immediately does something fucking terrible to an animal. And yeah, that character just. This book felt kind of like. Or Blackmouth felt kind of like a PG-13 blockbuster made to sell until they introduced that character. Then it went fucking hard. Then it turned into like hard R. And that character was honestly really good. What was his name? Sully or some shit. I don't remember. He was good. He was one of the best parts of the novel. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wish that Malfi wrote like I wish this book was more like It, even though I don't normally like to compare books, but like I don't know, that was like on the blurb, so it kind of put the thought in my head anyways. But anyways, yeah, I kind of wish he went hard in this book because a lot of it just felt like I don't know, just very like low key slow burn horror, which is fine and I'm finding I like it more as time goes on, but I just don't love it. I love slow burns, but I like slow burns when they hit fucking hard, or if like they can be chill all throughout but have really strong characters, something like Blackwater, or you could have something like King's Revival that's a slow burn but has fucking big horror like cosmic horror. But yeah, Blackmouth was not that though, which I expected, which is kind of my fault. Its blend of horror is very interesting, honestly, but it's not my thing. It is if you've read stuff like Bone White by him, it's kind of in the similar vein. There's supernatural elements for sure, but there's not like cosmic horror. It's very down to earth horror. I don't really know how to explain it, and I'm trying to do this without spoilers. I might do spoilers later in this video, and I'll give a warning if I do. But yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about the overall feel of it, I guess. It is all over the place, honestly. It's another it has multiple twists, which I didn't really expect, and some of them I didn't like. Like it was really fucking annoying because like in the beginning, this isn't really a spoiler, it says even on the blurb, like the kids did something bad when their childhood, they met the character of the magician. And like the whole time you're like wondering like, oh, they probably killed a kid, like they did something fucking terrible and got away with it. But then like 50% through the book they finally reveal what they did, and it's like it's just weird that they didn't tell you from the beginning. It's like it's because it's like a book meant to it's like I don't know. I don't read many mystery thrillers, and I think this is why, because I just don't like books that play out like not anything like reality, because I don't mind if books aren't like reality, but a lot of crime, like mystery books, are kind of written like they're supposed to be, yet they have all these red herrings, and it's just fucking annoying. And Blackmouth did not really have many of those. It was not bad in this regard. It's just the minor annoyance, like how certain plot elements played out. I don't think was really necessary, and it kind of led you to expect something big and then didn't give you something big. But in other ways, it was cool. There's some other twists and turns in this book I did not expect whatsoever, and I think it was pulled off relatively well. It's still kind of annoying to me because I like this is just a me thing too. I don't think this is a con with books because I know a lot of people like this, and I don't think there's any problem with writing stuff that's meant to catch you and be like suspenseful and feel these things like heart going racing that happens in media. Like it's fine, that's not bad. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's not really for me. Like there's some stuff like they don't. It's like it exists just to throw you off, and this book's no different. Although it's not bad with it. Honestly, I overall liked the twist and turns of this book, and there's a lot of different stuff that happens with the plot. And the more I think about it, the more I like the overall plot of this book. But it's also it is very slow for very like I said, kind of down to earth, grounded horror. Like there is no big cosmic horror payoff, but the magic is still cool. I went from being like anticipating the magician, what he was like. Oh, what's the mystery of this book? Why like, well, what's gonna happen? Why are these? Why did this bad shit happen to the kids? How did like what they run into? What kind of monster? And the answers to all those are satisfying but not mind blowing. Like Blackmouth is just it's not a favorite horror book to me, and I don't know. Maybe I'll enjoy this book more and more as time goes on, but it just it wasn't super impactful. So that's what I think about the horror. I should talk about the characters now because I haven't even mentioned them. Wow, I haven't mentioned a lot. I've been kind of rambling about very big stuff, but yeah, I liked all the characters. They were good. The main gist of it is that these kids grew up in a town near which has a place called Blackmouth in it, which is like a crater in the ground. I don't remember all the details, but like miners got buried in the past and like weird shit happens and apparently there's magic to it, but like you don't know if magic's real or in this universe. No one believes it is. That's another thing that kind of happens a lot throughout this book, which can be annoying in some books, but it's like a necessary evil. Basically, we're like weird shit's happening, but all the characters are in denial. But you as the reader are kind of like, oh, well, I know weird shit's gonna happen, but like I don't know, you just go through hundreds and hundreds of pages of characters like, oh, I don't believe this, but oh, it's happening to me, but oh, it's not real. Oh, it's in her head. Oh no, it's real. Oh, it's in her head. Like you just go through all the cycle of that bullshit, which can be annoying, but it's not badly done. It's just annoying. But this book doesn't do it poorly. It's honestly the characters in this book and their interaction with each other and how they go about solving the mystery, which I can have a problem with. I hate when characters who aren't detectives like go through all the detective work and the author creates a reason for them to not go to professionals. But this book does it well, honestly. Like they have legitimate reasons not to take it to people. They have legitimate reasons to do it themselves, and the conclusions they find from it is they're not wild. Like this book is honestly, it is a very well done mystery. I feel it is a mystery thriller. It is done well, like mystery crime thriller. It's good. But I'm a horror buff. I'm a horror fan. I love horror, and the horror elements I found anticlimactic. So that's why I say this is a good book, but not great for me. But anyways, back to the characters. The characters are good. I liked all of them. It's mainly follows. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, it follows Jamie and his brother Dennis, and then and then Clay and Mia. So, three dude characters, one girl character. All of them are written really well. Mia's written really well. I really liked her character. And I love and well, no, I like Jamie and I liked Clay, and I fucking love Dennis. Oh my god, Dennis was my favorite part of this book. That character I don't know. I feel kind of. I don't know if it's a stereotype. If Dennis is mentally handicapped, so he is yeah, he's mentally handicapped, and this book it's got kind of it does some cliches, but I think it does them well. I really like Dennis as a character. Like, of course, there's gonna be a reason for a character to be handicapped in a book. They're gonna have if you're a mentally handicapped character in a horror book, you're gonna have some powers. That's just how it is, and that's how it goes. That's like a rule for some reason. But yeah, that trope was not bad though. I Dennis was a great character. Honestly, just even talking about him makes me smile. Some of his scenes were so fucking funny and wholesome. He is by far the star of this book. He is my favorite character. I think he's I can't say he was done well because I don't know. I don't know if he was, but like I think he was. This um Malfi honestly writes a range of characters very well. Like can write woman characters well. I really liked Mia. He can write well adjusted characters well. He can write fucked up characters well. And he is probably an alcoholic at some point. If he's not, even more props to him because holy shit, Jamie, the character Jamie in this book is an alcoholic, and I imagine a lot of people found him annoying because he is a little bitch. He is repetitive. He's just fucking annoying. But he did not annoy me at all because I get his character. Because guess what? I'm a fucking alcoholic, or at least almost. And some of that shit is like spot on. Like it is like either he did his research or Malfi has struggled with alcoholism. Because Jamie was a great character. He never really annoyed me. I never loved him. He's honestly a very straightforward character, but that's kind of all of them, which I like because they all felt realistic. I liked Clay, I liked Mia. Well, I don't know if Dennis was realistic, but I just loved his character. But all the other characters were just they're done really well. I really liked them, and I liked it's just it's kind of a spoiler, but it's I guess minor spoiler. Like maybe I'll just get into the spoilers here actually, because I don't think this is a spoiler, but I don't want to say it if I'm just gonna do minor spoilers. I'm not gonna do heavy spoilers because for this book. But anyways, just minor stuff. I liked how like I liked how Mia was not a love interest for I mean both the main characters that were guys had crushes on her, but when they re-meet when they're older, she is like very clearly a lesbian or maybe bi. I don't think she's bi. I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian. But and like they stick to that. Like their relationship is funny and like Jamie has a crush on her obviously and even Clay, but like there's no weird shit going on. I liked how there's no like wish fulfillment. Their relationship was very realistic, very wholesome. I liked all the main characters and the dynamic. So that was really well done. So um yeah, I guess that's about it really. I've kind of said all I can without spoilers. I mean, I don't really have anything to talk about with spoilers either cuz I was overall satisfied with this book, but I did not love it. I gave it 3 stars, which maybe it deserved 4 stars honestly. It's like a 3.5 for me. It was a very um I was gonna say it's a very just entertaining like mystery thriller, but it's also pretty long, and I feel like for its length, I do wish I got a little bit more out of it. I wish this book packed a little bit of a bigger punch. I wish some of the mysteries and answers and the amount of fucking time it took to get going and answer them was more rewarding. It's a very slow book, and the answers I found pretty anticlimactic, but nothing is done poorly, and I think this was just a very enjoyable book. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully this review wasn't terrible. Hopefully my mic wasn't too loud. I got this shit on 2 decibels because it's pretty far away from my face. But I don't know. I guess I'll rewatch it. We'll see. But thanks for watching my video. Hope this maybe helped you decide if you want to read it or articulate your own thoughts about the book. But let me know what you think if anyone watches this in the comments because I'm curious. Until next time, bye bye.